cheese-making, planet-escaping, and witches? Hello, welcome, I'm Matthew, and this is your Board Game News. Last year, the puzzly abstract tile-laying game Cascadia won the most prestigious title in board games, the Spiel des Jahres Award. So it comes as no surprise that we're being treated to a brand new expansion titled Landmarks, scheduled for the end of the year. In Cascadia, 1 to 4 players draft terrain tiles and animal tokens in pairs, trying to make groupings of land to score points, while also trying to play down the different animals on those terrain tiles to satisfy many different combinations of animal scoring cards that change from game to game. And now, in Landmarks, players will also be placing beautiful natural landmarks as well, which give each environment its own look and feel, while also providing dynamic endgame scoring bonuses. In addition, the Landmarks module expansion includes more unique wildlife scoring cards and habitat tiles to add variability, and enough components to play Cascadia with 5 to 6 players. Lots of people seem very excited about this one, and I can understand why, so there's only time to wait for more Cascadia in the future.
Thankfully, long gone are the days when we'd have to spread out our board games on a moist paper towel, because that's all we had. Thanks in part to the new Gwen gaming table from this episode's sponsor, Geeknson. The Gwen table is designed to accommodate gaming and other hobbies, and even dine at. What's more, it's on Kickstarter right now this moment, and for the next 24 hours, you can still go and get an early bird bonus, which includes free cool accessories such as app-controlled 360-degree USB-powered lights, a 360-degree built-in card rail, and a 360-degree built-in external accessory rail, with more coming. The Gwen campaign also features matching furniture and a wide variety of modular accessories. Plus, Geeknson now offers their very own van delivery in the US, Canada, and Europe, with personal pickup available in certain locations. Be sure to see their website for details. So follow the link in this video's description to upgrade your gaming space and take advantage of their early bird special. Available right now, but for a limited time.
Being a freelancer has its ups and downs. Sometimes you get to make videos about the thing that you love, sharing your passion with others on YouTube. And sometimes you have to film that video in a hotel room with dodgy Wi-Fi and no soundproofing. But the game Freelancers, on the other hand, is a new Crossroads game coming from Plaid Hat Games this August. The Crossroads system, as seen in Dead of Winters in games past, gives players a decision to make. And this time 3 to 7 freelancers will have to do this while humanity is dead. Bummer. As a freelancer, you will delve into the ruins, brave the wilds, and slay hordes of hideous creatures that litter the dark, forgotten corners of the world, all so you can gather loot and return home, ready to blow it all and start again the next day. Freelancers, a Crossroads game, we are told, aims to condense the fantasy RPG campaign experience into a single night of fun and mayhem where you get to create a character, roll dice, trek through multiple stories set in a world of magic, monsters, and murder. There's no game master, and instead there's a fully voiced app to help you along, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this system has evolved and where Freelancers will take us. Altay, Dawn of Civilization, caught my eye because it looks lovely, and Paolo Mori is one of the designers. Ares Games are bringing us this 2 to 4 player game where we are taken to an age before time. A land before time? No. An age before time where civilization is emerging from the mists of a legendary past. In a secluded region deep in the heart of the vast continent for endless years, 4 mysterious people have been developing different cultures, merging magic and technology in a delicate balance with nature. But now they must face a challenge. The arrival of new settlers, bringing with them more advanced crafts and technologies, new weapons and fighting techniques, and an entirely different lifestyle. And as the leader of one of these original inhabitants of Altay, how will you react to the challenge? I don't know. But it's a blend of deck building and civilization development and area expansion, so I imagine it'll have something to do with cards. You'll control one of the 4 different factions, each with a different starting deck. You'll produce resources, build new settlements, and expand on the board, attacking and defending as you go. As you attempt to win by a combination of territorial expansion, technological development, and the success in creating long-lasting memories of your civilization's achievements. There's no release date on this one yet, but I'm certainly very interested. Two very French-looking games next. First, we have French Quarter coming to Kickstarter in May for 25th Century Games, where 1 to 4 players are welcomed to the French Quarter at the heart of New Orleans. You're in town for a weekend trip with plans to spend your Saturday evening taking in as many of the city's unique sights and sounds as possible in a mere 8 hours. In this roll and ride game from the same designers as Three Sisters and Fleet the Dice game, you'll be choosing dice from the card road to take actions and travel via different methods of transportation and varying distances, walking, carriage rides, taxis, streetcars, riverboats, or just hanging out as you socialize and try to take in as much distinct local food, culture, shopping, something called mystic customs, or the vibrant nightlife as you can. And as you travel around the city, you get to visit buildings and see performers where you stop. All these activities slowly fill up a track that chart your experiences as you make the tough choices between in-game bonuses and score multipliers. Then there's Fromage for 1 to 4 players coming from Road to Infinity Games, where you are a French cheesemaker in the early 20th century, making, aging and selling your artisanal cheeses and attempting to become the most prestigious cheesemaker in all of France by any means possible. Sorry, by any breeze provolone. Sorry, it's by running a highly successful creamery and creating exceptional cheese. That's what it says. Fromage is a simultaneous worker placement game where players place workers to make cheese and gather resources from the quadrant of the board facing them, and then, once all players have placed their workers, the board rotates like a big wheel of cheese. This will age any cheese that was made and present each player with a new quadrant to place workers into. I absolutely need to play this game. It sounds wonderful and looks so bucolic, even if it is about making cheese. Nature's worst offense. So I'll be looking out for this sometime next year.
Yeah, I suppose I have enough dice, said absolutely nobody ever. And if you play role-playing or tabletop games, then you know that you can never have too many dice. It's what separates us from the animals. Now, to be clear, this is not an ad or sponsored bit or anything like that. This is just a piece of breaking news that is near and dear to my heart. What the heck is... Oh, that's where they went. You see, the roast beef wrangling restaurant Arby's is well aware of gamers' penchant for daring dice designs, and that's why on April 17th, they introduced a new limited edition set of D&D dice in their online merchandise store, which, yes, is a thing that exists, alongside their Arby's branded swimwear, playing cards, and roast beef themed wrapping paper. But the dice, which is what we need to focus on here, the dice are transparent with gold numbering, an Arby's logo in place of each die's highest value, and a tiny little Arby's hat embedded within the die itself. There is a tiny hat inside each die. A tiny hat! This actually isn't the first time that Arby's has rolled out a set of polyhedral components, because back in 2021, they did the same. And much like what happened back in 2021, this new set of beefy bones has sold out almost immediately, because society. However, for those of us who haven't been able to snag these custom components yet, a second final allotment of these custom cubes is rumored to be dropping on April 21st. So if you too are interested in adding these custom little pips to your own dice collection, you're in luck, as long as you get there before they run out on April 21st. And as good of news as that is, there's still no word yet on when the 1,000-piece 13-hour jigsaw puzzle celebrating the fast food chain's 13-hour smoked brisket is expected to be restocked. So, small victories.
Witchcraft is the new game coming to GameFound tentatively in June and follows on as a sequel of sorts to Salt and Pepper's hit solo game Resist. With the same design team, this time we are told that a midnight bell tolls on the streets of Wildgrunts as the villagers shutter their windows against the darkness. Something moves through the night, in the forest, through the fields, across the whole battlefield. The isolated village is in danger, crops are failing, animals are dying, and the villagers are disappearing. Townsfolk are scared. Some of the women are fighting back though, but the villagers suspect that these women may be dealing with the devil himself. Witchcraft is a card-driven solitaire game where you will lead a coven of witches in a fantasy world where magic is real and so are the monsters. The game builds on the hidden/revealed mechanism introduced by Resist, where you decide when to use magic to defeat the challenges you face, revealing yourself to the fellow villagers and being imprisoned for witchcraft. But as you complete missions and defeat enemies, you will try to prove to the villagers that magic is not evil and convince a jury that you are just protecting the village. Board and Dice announced Barcelona, where it's the mid-19th century and the city of Barcelona is the most densely populated city in all of Europe, so it's time to expand. In Barcelona, 1 to 4 players are working on the new expansion to the city. Your main goal is to construct buildings to accommodate the citizens who want to leave the old city, and in the process you will also build streets, create tram lines, and build public services. Board and Dice really are some of the reigning champions of big Euro games, with Teotihuacan, Tucano, and Tilatum on their roster, so while this isn't a team game, this one looks like it will be in the same vein. Richard Breeze is best known for the Key series of games, with games like Keyflower and Keyflow, but his latest game, The Glade, really caught my attention. In this 1 to 4 player game from R&D Games, it's summertime, and amid the forest lies the Glade. You'll need to fill your personal forest board with sets of forest tiles which feature creatures, leaves and forest fruits. The aim is to get 12 of your toadstools out onto the board. Create sets of 3 tiles to place 1 onto the Glade board, a set of 4 tiles add a toadstool into your store. And with clever play, you can even play extra turns, and after playing the basic game, players can progress to the matching game, where you also match your forest tiles to the creatures, leaves and forest fruits on the forest board. This looks lovely, and I'm looking forward to playing it when it's out soon. I will mention that the Golden Geek Awards are running right now, and I've got a podcast called This Game is Broken. It's a comedy board game panel show that I don't talk about enough, but we have come second place 3 years in a row. So, hello. If you want to vote for This Game's Broken, the Golden Geeks, along with voting for all the board games that you love, I really would appreciate it. So, I'm just using this to say that. Thank you. Delicious Games have announced Evacuation, with the tagline, "Hurry to the ship, 12 houses from our town have already burned down." Vanilla Sushi and Delicious Games tend to release around 1 big game a year, with Underwater Cities, Woodcraft and Praga Kaput Regni coming before their new release, the 1 to 4 player Evacuation. In Evacuation, life on our planet is being burned away thanks to increasingly intense sunlight. Bummer. So everyone is trying to move all the people and factories in their territories from the old planet to the new one, but the twist is that you start the game with a fully functioning economy. And over the course of play, you must dismantle that economy and move it. Income on the old planet shrinks over time, and production probably won't be much better until you establish yourself on the new planet and kick things into action. To do this, you choose actions from the player board, with the expert variant adding cards to your hand that allow you to choose additional actions and combine them, but each action has its own value, and the sum of these actions is important for an end-of-round bonus. My brain already hurts, but this looks very, very cool indeed. There are other modules to add in when you want them, but I think Evacuation sounds intriguing for sure. But for some more intrigue and some downright mystery, you can go here to see the games that are on our personal radars this month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over there.